Hello there. In this video, we will talk about one of William Blake's famous poems, The Tyger. To be more specific, we will try to critically appreciate this masterpiece of Blake. Let's begin. The Tyger is the masterpiece of William Blake's poetry. It is a poem of 6 4-line stanzas that illustrates Blake's excellence in craftsmanship and descriptive skill. This poem is a fine specimen of Blake's command over the production of musical notes. Blake's every poem is described to be a jewel casket beautiful in itself. The poem, The Tyger, is a magnificent example of his lyricism. In each line, there is rhythm creating enchanting music. The Tyger contrasts the lamb of songs of innocence. The forceful eloquence of the Tyger is an antitype to the sweet hymn of the tender infantile sentiment of the lyric The Lamb. It is an enraptured song, conveying an essential vision of some themes, which Blake presents elsewhere in more detail. The short and successive questions convey the wonder of the poet. Some of the questions require answers. They are left incomplete, as if the poet's awe and admiration were too great to allow him to complete them. The Tyger is the symbol of the fierce forces of the soul. As the poet thinks, these forces are needed to break experience bonds. He says that the breath of the lion is the wisdom of God. In the poem, we can see the reference to the Tyger and the lamb. Both of these creatures are the two aspects of the same soul. The soul is none but God. The lamb represents the meekness, simplicity, and innocence of the soul, while the Tyger stands for the wrath and harsher side. In the person of Christ, these two aspects of the soul are found. The poem speaker believes that Christ does not have one face but several faces. The Tyger seemingly symbolizes the abundant life that Jesus Christ brought to life. So it stands for regeneration and energy. The poet wonders how God can create such a terrible creature. He asks if the Tyger has been created by the same hand that has created the lamb. So, he thinks that the Tyger is not created in this world, but somewhere in the skies or the distant deeps. The poet wonders how the Creator dared to fetch the fire for the Tyger's eyes. The poet wonders at the handiwork of God, who, like a blacksmith, sets to work on his incredible creation. The poet fails to understand why God has created such a fearful creation. The creation of such an animal must have required a prodigious apparatus. Otherwise, the Tyger's heart muscles, or the deadly terror of the Tyger's brain, would not have been created. The anvil, the furnace, the chains, and the hammers must have all been wonderful. Even the stars, the first creations of God, were overtaken by grief and horror when they beheld the new creation. In the poem, there is confusion as to the question of who has created the Tyger. The creation process has been conveyed in words and phrases that, although meaningful in their totality, do not yield any clear elucidation of the Creator. As in other poems, Jesus Christ has been conceived of being God and, at the same time, a prophet. Blake has not made it clear here. It may not be God but an unknown, supernatural spirit like Blake's mythical heroes, who have fashioned the Tyger. Nevertheless, the crux of the poem has been put in the stanza, when the stanza threw down their spears. Did he who made the lamb make thee? These lines appear to be very puzzling. We cannot conclude. It may be interpreted that wrath and mercy unite at the same point where the ultimate reality of God is felt.
The Tyger. By William Blake. Tyger, Tyger, burning bright, in the forests of the night. What immortal hand or eye, could frame thy fearful symmetry? In what distant deeps or skies, burned the fire of thine eyes? On what wings dare he aspire? What the hand, dare seize the fire? And what shoulder, and what art, could twist the sinews of thy heart? And when thy heart began to beat, what dread hand, and what dread feet? What the hammer? What the chain? In what furnace was thy brain? What the anvil? What dread grasp? Dare its deadly terrors clasp? When the stars threw down their spears and watered heaven with their tears, did he smile his work to see? Did he who made the lamb make thee? Tyger, Tyger burning bright, in the forests of the night. What immortal hand or eye, dare frame thy fearful symmetry.
To get regular updates, subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon to get notified. Thank you.